Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the show. Good morning, Abuja. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in the capital city. And of course, we are gradually counting down to Christmas. Today is the 16th day of December. For those of you who intend to sew Christmas clothes, as we like to say, I hope you're keeping in touch with your tailors so you don't get disappointed. This is the season where there's so much rush in terms of preparations. And of course, the roads are busy. The roads are getting busier as people are traveling from and to Abuja to spend time with their loved ones as we come to the end of the year. Yes, this is Good Morning Abuja, that breakfast television show that is designed to ensure that you are educated, enlightened, as well as entertained. And this morning's episode of the program promises to do just that. My name is Shuaibu Mustafa Labaran. The program is coming to you from NTA Abuja, Channel 5, the Unity Station. Welcome. Let's begin by taking our motivational segment of the program.
Why are people falling for chatbots? We live in a world where loneliness is creeping into people's lives more than ever. Social media makes us feel connected, but deep inside, we know a lot of people feel more isolated than ever. Making friends as an adult is tough, dating is exhausting, and sometimes people just want someone to listen without judgment, without expectation, just pure comforting presence. AI chatbots are filling an emotional gap, but they do not and they shouldn't replace real human connections. If we want to break these trends of AI relationships, we need to focus on strengthening human bonds in meaningful ways. Now, here is how. One, we need to create more opportunities for human interaction. Many people turn to AI because real life social interactions feel scarce. We need more spaces where genuine connections can grow. Go out there, talk to a friend. Offices should have a team building activities that encourages social interactions, not just work and work and work. I know scrolling through AI chatbots sometimes it's difficult to let go. We need to normalize emotional vulnerability in human relationships. One reason AI is attractive is it listens without judgment. But we can build that same trust in real relationships, you know, by practicing active listening, being fully present when others are speaking, you know, creating that safe space where people feel comfortable sharing their struggles. Encourage talking to professional support group or therapy. Express yourself. Open up to a trusted friend instead of an AI. Relationship grow deeper through vulnerability. You know, we need to teach social empathy, emotional skills early in people struggling, to make them understand because they never learn how to. Schools and communities need to teach empathy and communication skills from a young age.
Let's quickly now go to our exercise corner, as we call the segment, the Keep Fit segment. This morning, we are looking at general body exercise. Yes, the Hamatan is gradually taking a foothold here in the capital city. And of course, the cold is one that will make you, how do I describe it? You just want to be in one place. And so it's not good for us. We need to move, we need to stretch, we need to shake our body. And this exercise routine is designed to get your body in the optimal form that it needs to be. So join us. welcome back from that exercise segment. Uh, I hope you took part in that exercise. Trust me, I'm here in the studio, so I can't join you yet, but I intend to do so. Well, the program is still Good Morning Abuja, and we have a lot lined up for you. But first, let's take this very interesting feature on agriculture, especially as being done by our youths. Enjoy.
Agriculture is one of the world's oldest professions and is widely practiced in Nigeria. In the third quarter of 2017, agriculture contributed 24.44% to the nominal gross domestic product of Nigeria, according to the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). Agriculture is guided by the government of Nigeria's Green Alternative Roadmap. But farmers are faced with various challenges, from feeding an expanding global population to meeting rising demands. Another major challenge is the insufficient financial support and lack of access to credit facilities.
The president is trying to capture the ones that have graduated, have no job, unemployment. Yeah, so that's one aspect of the farmers and the new entrants as well. These people are capable of accessing these loans. Why? They are enlightened, most of them are educated, graduates, and then they can flow when you are training them on how to manage small-scale business. This category can, of course, access this loan. But the challenge we have is the main farmers who are the grassroots, the rural areas. They can't be trained. No farmer in that category can afford to bring his 10,000 to go and pay to be trained to access loan. And majority of them don't even understand what the loan is all about.
The real actual farmers don't actually get the fund, and that has been affecting the productivity. Sometimes we will be hearing in the news and other things, so billions of naira has been disbursed, and actually I wonder, and sometimes I confirm through the CBN, our people and all that. Sometimes we do all the packaging and everything. They will come and we do the farm mapping, whatever rules and regulations, nicer and all what have you. At the end of the exercise, we will find out that they have disbursed.
Research has shown that over 90% of smallholder farmers in Nigeria do not have access to loan facilities. Most financial institutions have a high interest rate, which may discourage many smallholder farmers from not only applying for loans, but getting to pay back.
Through the farmers we registered, there can be control, check and balances, monitoring. Do you understand? Yeah. That will enable them to utilize the funds they got for the purpose for which it was provided for, and then be able to pay back. But again, you can ask, if small-scale farmers have been given loan before now and they were not able to pay back, you also will need to find out why. There are factors that I think that is making it impossible for them to pay back. For instance, now, the rain this season was heavy. So many farm land were flushed off, including livestock. I am not believing that that farmer will be able or even willing to pay back. Unless we also, through AFAN, All Farmers Association, get all these farmers that are giving the loan to register their farms with NAIC for insurance. Insurance can help us.
They are trying, but I think they should do more. We are more than 25 million, and none of us has ever benefited. And they have been going to our farm. Right now, as I'm talking to you now, if not because of the training, the CBN we got, and we got some senses to embark in our own private anchor borrower to either enable us to pay even the input supplier, those who supply us things. At the end, they didn't give us the money for labor. They didn't give us anything again. This input supplier that they were asked to come and supply us, which they did, no money was given to us, and this thing has been upon of us, and we have clear land, we do everything, we do planting, no money for labor, nothing.
But then, how do you address these issues? You know, for me, I think if we begin to put the farmers together, you know, in the ward levels, you know, gather them through the chiefs, you know, and then educate them. You can do a cluster training. When government do this, they should be able to understand what you are giving them.
Welcome back, and that feature was on agriculture. I'm sure you were able to pick up on one or two very important things that you could leverage on to also get yourself kickstarted in the business of agriculture. It's time for us now to meet our first guest, but that will be after this very short break. Stay with us.
It's another festive season of Christmas. Joy, love, and celebrations fill the air. Yes, your favorite program, Ladylike, will be celebrating Christmas with 250 episodes and still counting. Wow! Yes, Ladylike is 5 years this year. On this Christmas special, we'll be reminiscing on our first 3 episodes, most emotional episode, and lots more.
Have you done that before? Yes, only on Ladylike we bring you the best. And it's me, your host to the most, the sheriff in town, Ore Runsel.
But that's not all. We will also be having surprise visitors. Want to know who? Then don't miss out on the fun. Join in the celebration. Date, Tuesday 23rd December. Time, 7:30 p.m. Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. It's Good Morning Abuja, and we're about to discuss agriculture. Yes, uh, you know, we have to feed. Food is very essential, and we just must feed ourselves. As a country, it has to be done collectively, and that is why this morning we will delve into the world of agriculture, taking it from the perspective of smart farming. Now, it's not just about agriculture or smart farming. We're also looking at the most important people on the value chain. Yes, we're talking about the youths now. Getting the youths to delve into the field of agriculture and farm smartly. The youths have the technology, they have the time, they have the energy, and of course, the only thing lacking is the resources. But if they are able to come together, they could come up with the resources. And if they are able to harness the technological advancements that we have, as they already use sophisticated technological devices, I'm sure where we used to farm, say, a hectare, we could do 1,000 or 500 or 100. That is the nature of our conversation this morning. I'd like you to join me as I warmly welcome to the show Benjamin Teve Yagir. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you very much. Thanks, and good to be here on Good Morning Abuja. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Benjamin, I'm sure many of you know him already. He's a strong voice for youth inclusion in politics, in, of course, environmental matter, climate matters, and agriculture. And so we have the pleasure of having this conversation with him. He's the Director of Programs, Partnership, and Collaborations and the Office of the Governor of Benue State on SDGs. You're welcome once again
Thank
on the
you
show.
very much.
So now, talking about agriculture, and we are trying to say youth in agriculture employing smarter farming methods. Share your thoughts with us. Uh, should youths take up agriculture, and is it okay to leverage on technology in trying to get uh, better agricultural practices in place through the use of technology?
Yes, um, taking over agriculture, technology is the key to beyond just development. It is the key to achieving meaningful and inclusive system itself. And from what we have seen before now, it has always been from hoe to farm, and now
Yes, the
beyond just that,
subsistence
yeah.
farming.
So beyond just that, now we are beyond advocating for youth in agriculture. We are advocating for youth in agribusiness, in agricultural science and technology, and that's one of the reasons why, for us as young people in this generation, we are blessed with a vast amount of technology that we can be able to use on the conversations on climate smart agriculture, on food security, food systems across board. So this is part of the reasons why the climate smart agriculture is a very unique one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now you're from a very unique state. In fact, the Benue State is known as the food basket of the nation. Yes, it's almost a crime to pass through Benue and not eat like 10 times, even if you're on transit, because there's abundance of food. Now it's also a state that has been bedeviled with serious insecurity issues. We don't even know what's actually going on there, but farmers are at a receiving end as we get to here. So, with this level of insecurity and affecting many Benue communities, share with us what is your government doing in ensuring that farming is done safely, farming is done in a protected environment. Farmers have the confidence to go to farm, come back home safe, and can go back, harvest, and come back home safe.
Yeah, that is a very interesting question. As it's coincidentally, we are currently working on a 30,000 hectares youth farm,
Wonderful.
and that will be the first of its kind in the whole of Nigeria.
Wow.
And in line with, we just currently finished designing 4 policies in Benue State: the Benue Youth Policy, Sport Policy, the Creative Economy Policy, and the first of its kind in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa, the Benue Youth Development Plan.
Wow.
So, and in line with all the mandates of His Excellency, coming from the federal government down to the state government, His Excellency has mandated that we put youths as forerunners to actualizing food security in the state and in Nigeria. And in line with that same conversation is the conversation of the youth farm. I had mentioned is a 30,000 hectares across the 23 local governments.
Okay.
So that gives an inclusive system of farming. So it's not just an isolated. So the issues has always been around isolated farming systems. So what we have been able to design is a system that can be able to bring a community-like farming system, a cooperative method of agriculture where we can be able to work as cooperatives.
Wow.
as well as cluster farming systems. So that is a very good means of ensuring that beyond insecurity, allowing people to farm in isolation, we bring much more towards the peri-urban system farming, as well as a collaborative system where we can be able to work with the farmers, the community leaders, security operatives to provide security for these farms. These farms are going to be a standard, well fenced, as well as provided with, as you know, the farm estates.
Wow.
We're doing a very standard system of agriculture where the climate smart system will be infused into it. So certainly with that particular model, I feel we will be able to curb encroachment. It is already fenced. We have securities, we have people on guard, and we have a collaborative system to inform the security operatives at all points in time. So I
That's
hope
amazing.
that helps us to achieve the issues of insecurity in Benue State.
Now, that's really interesting to know because I'm already happy for the youths
Yeah.
who will be beneficiaries of this fast farming system. But now let's talk about weather because we know when we talk about farming, Benue is uniquely positioned. It has fertile lands. The climate of Benue State generally is suitable for agriculture, and that's why agriculture is thriving there. But now there are also issues around flood. There are also issues around dry season farming, irrigational farming, and what technological advancement initiatives is your government and say uh, as a youth would you like to see deployed to aid the young farmers in Benue State?
Okay. So this is even beyond saying would I like to. We are already actually working on it.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
currently, right now, we've been able to design part of the youth farm.
Okay.
We have 10 irrigation hubs. 10 irrigation hubs. We are infusing irrigation hubs and irrigation sprinkler systems across the farms, and that is also providing us with an enabling environment to be able to farm all year through the season, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. We have water banks where we'll be able to save water within the raining season to be able to use them for irrigation systems, and that alone is it's an enabling environment to ensure that at all point in time we are able to have high yield crops throughout the year being produced on those farms.
Amazing. Now let's talk about farm inputs. I mean, like seeds, other things like fertilizers, chemicals. These things are not cheap. I know this 30 acre of land that you're talking about, uh, forming this cluster of farms within. Is there any room for those things to be provided, like if not free, at a subsidized rate, so that the farmers who would be farming within this space, or even other farmers outside this cluster, are there plans to make these things available for the Benue State young farmers, like the youth who are farming?
Yes, in fact, that is one of the reasons why we started the youth farm. The youth farm is to give an enabling environment for young people to be able to take over agriculture, the food security systems, as well as the food cycle itself. And one of the most interesting part is to ensure we provide them with all the means possible. The federal government, through His Excellency President Ahmed Bola Aswaju, has been able to provide. He launched the Farm Inputs project with at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, where we had vast varieties of farm inputs from combine harvesters, tractors, and all of that. So, by God's grace, we are still in conversations to see how we'll be able to get most of this farm input donated from the federal government to the states. And in that same conversation, the state government has also provided its own components, but with much more input. It's a 30,000 hectares of farm where we'll have over 100,000 young people as beneficiaries. So we require much farm input. So those farm input will be able to till, to harvest, to process at every point in time. And that's one of the reasons why most of the farm input we are trying to ensure we get to provide people with the ample resources to be able to take over agriculture. Young people will certainly take over agriculture if agriculture is made to be viable and interesting. So certainly, we're certainly going to bring in drones for irrigation, for fertigation, to apply fertilizer and all of that. So most of this, we've actually tested it in Benue State. We have private young farmers that are from the private industry who are actually testing that, and we want to also take the advantage to ensure that more young people see to it and take over the agri-food systems.
Amazing. There's so many possibilities you're sharing with us this morning, and it's interesting to know these things because I'm just trying to imagine how interesting it would be now to see more youths run towards agriculture against the so many vices that the vagaries of youthfulness provides for us as young people. So this conversation this morning we're having is on youth in agriculture. We're trying to look at smarter ways of farming in order to make it interesting for the young people of that we are to go into agriculture. And of course, my guest is Benjamin Teveyage, and he's the director of programs, partnership, and collaborations in the governor of Benue State's office. That is under the SDGs. Let's take a quick break now. When we come back, I intend to ask him some very interesting questions. So stay with us.
It's time for us to say our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host of the most, Omar with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo Olamiposi Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? You are not ready to produce.
Have been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos.
This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Welcome back, and yes, Benjamin Teveyage is still with us in the studio, and our conversation is still on youth in agriculture. And of course, we've been exploring the many ways by which we could get youth interested in agriculture. And Benjamin has been sharing with us the amazing things they are doing at Benue State, especially with this 30-acre farmland and cluster of farms that they are trying to put together for young people to champion. That's a very interesting one. And before we went on that break, you were sharing with us that you are deploying drones, you're deploying so many other technological driven equipment to this farm, and of course introducing it to other farmers within the state to see that agriculture in the state is not the old type of to land to, but to a more sustainable and practical way of doing things using technology. But something we need to now understand is how can smarter farming methods reduce losses and make agriculture less risky. Now, by this question, I'm trying to understand one of the issues we have is losses after farming. In Benue State, is a regular sight to see heaps and heaps of oranges, fruits on the roadside, just wasting away. It's also common to see the yams, like when it's time to harvest yams, like yams are everywhere, you understand? And then after some time, yams are expensive. because they have rotted, they have gotten bad, and there is no proper preservation method. So tell us, from your experience working with young people and with the initiative you've come up with and what you guys have put on ground, how do you intend to handle losses so that farmers will not do all of this and then lose their crops at the end of the day?
Yes, thank you very much. It's quite interesting that this project has been a fulfilling one for us at the government of Benue State, at the governor's office, and His Excellency has pushed in a lot of resources to ensuring this comes to life. So in line with that, currently right now, the Benue State government will be launching the Benue juice by this December, hopefully before Christmas.
We're going to get Benue juice.
Yes, Benue orange juice.
Wonderful.
And hopefully when the mangoes, so we are currently testing with the oranges, and hopefully when the mangoes and other fruits comes up, excuse me, we'll be able to make that work too. So that is going to come in before Christmas. I assure you of that.
Wow.
So, and in line with that same conversation, we have also designed a series of post-summit activities. This project will be launched on the Youth Summit, on the day of the Youth Summit, come 2026. And we have series of activities for the farm. We have cold rooms, cold chain storage systems, we have transportation systems, we have the processing systems. The agri-value chain is very large. So, and we are ensuring that we make availability each of these resources meant for each of the farm products that are being produced on all the various farms in the state. So that is also a way to tell you that this job is not only meant for farmers alone. This job is meant for everyone. We are providing jobs for over 500,000 people indirectly. We have those that will be transporting, those that will be processing, those that will be milling, those that will be exporting. So just carve your niche.
Wow.
That's what we are working on. And hopefully this is to also make you understand that the value, it's really sad to see at the end of the farming season, we have a lot of in fact, 70% of the farm produce that are produced in Nigeria goes to post-harvest losses.
Amazing. That number is staggering, and the statistics is not in our favor in any way. That is lots of money being lost, and of course, it's very discouraging. Something that will make the youth not want to step up and go into agriculture. But then, beyond the technology that we're talking about, and all the improved seedlings and the effective farm inputs and fertilizers and all, let's come down now to training. Do you have training programs in place for the farmers who are going to go into this 30-acre farmland and spread across the entire local government and be able to farm there and deploy technological advancements in those farms? What training programs are you putting in place?
Yeah, so we've designed series of training programs starting for much more younger farmers from secondary school down to university, as well as those that are out of school already. So, and we have programs also for out of school young people who have no access to education itself. And these programs are to ensure they are able to build their capacities, they're able to understand the various means of the climate smart agriculture, not just by farming, but also to understand the benefits, the yield it provides for us, not just in nutrition, but also to support in healthy environments. So these programs are from livestock production, crop production, aquaculture, food value chain, processing, aggressors, and all of that. And also, interestingly, we have administrative courses.
Wow.
Yes. So the agriculture is a very interesting one. And the administrative courses we have where we manage corporate, the cluster farm cooperatives, as well as other institutions, most especially around the financing and the exports, the managerial component of it, where we even have marketers who go around. We also want to provide those young farmers with available markets so that we don't just off-takers immediately you end up harvesting. You have off-takers ready to take this farm produce off
your hands.
Certainly. So there's a lot of programs from learning how to use this improved varieties, even the seedlings, from even planning crop rotations, as well as even using your smartphones exactly as a tool to provide yourself with enabling environments, easy access, easy training modules that we can be able to provide to farmers, both those that are in school, those that are out of school, to be able to even utilize. For those that have smartphones, and for those that don't have smartphones, we have our agri hubs where they can go have short-term courses, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Even on the farms, we'll be having courses from research institutions, farm institutions, even neighboring communities who can come and also share knowledge directly on those farms.
Amazing. I must commend you guys. You guys have really thought this through, and from everything you say, it looks like everything is set. But now, the president recently banned open grazing, and it's a time that's already serious-minded agripreneurs are talking about ranching. So let's hear from you. How can young people seize the opportunity that has now been brought by the prospect of ranching to set themselves up as major stakeholders in the agri business?
Thank you. We are having a lot of series of conversations with different stakeholders to ensure that we make not just, the visibility is what matters. When people see what ranching is, how ranching is done. Most of the ranches we have in Nigeria are from the elite, for the elites.
Yes.
Most people don't necessarily have access to those farms. Only if they get visuals to see what actually ranching looks like.
Yes.
So
I believe a lot of people don't even understand what
they
ranching
don't.
looks
They
like.
don't. They
Yes.
don't. So we want to also make documentaries where we can be able to go to most of these farms, show them the reality, let them understand very short clips. Maybe with partnership with NTA, we can be able to actualize that.
We'll be waiting. We'll be willing to partner with you on that.
Thank you very much. So across Nigeria, we can be able to go to various farms from the northern Nigeria to the southern Nigeria to be able to show people that what we can do with ranching is beyond just saving our lives, but also to enrich, give us nutritional meats to consume, healthy environments to strive, and to reduce post-harvest losses. So these are part of the conversations that we need to continuously have to build the capacities to make people much more informed than what people actually, a lot of people are not actually informed on all of these issues.
Honestly, there are so many things that you're saying here that I know that a lot of people are missing out on. Unfortunately, the place that we partner with you most is to create forums like this for you to be able to educate people. Now, let me ask one very important question, because my director is telling me we must take this question. Now, security. We understand the security situation all over the country now, but of the recent weeks, it has been bad in Benue State. Now, I know for you to think of this concept, there must be some element of security interventions that your state governor has put in place. Can you just quickly share some of them with us as a way of encouraging people to understand that everything's going to be taken care of?
Thank you very much. So first of all, we are currently on the verge of implementing the Benue State Durable Solutions, which is to reintegrate and to return the IDPs back to their ancestral homes. For those who want to return, for those who want to stay in their host communities, we are making other arrangements for them. And for those who want to leave the state completely, which are all industrial aggregations. So what we've been able to do is to provide access with the development partners we've been working with. We've been able to start arranging conversations with security operatives. We have already started getting data. How many police stations were burnt? How many cars, vehicles for operations were lost? How many manpower do we need in social locations? How many post stations do we need? And all of that is part of what we are, from the first phase of the implementation of the durable solution. Those are conversations that we have already started. And the implementation is already on, where we've started those implementations for the durable solution. Just as you've seen, the durable solution in Borno State, the durable solution in Adamawa State is the same durable solution we are implementing in Benue State. But the most important thing is, with the support of His Excellency President Ahmed Aswaju, we've been able to bring in much more learnings from Borno, Adamawa, down to Benue State. So, and that is one of the reasons why this is a whole system from bottom to top approach.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons why we are calling on everybody. It is a collaboration. Everyone must be brought on board. Excuse me. Everyone must be brought on board these conversations, from the security operatives down to the community leaders, to individuals like myself, even people who are in the community. Security is every man's business. So we must be able to work in as bringing the community collaborative security approach. So we will continue to ensure, beyond what the government is doing to bring lasting solutions to the state, we will also support them with sharing of reliable information to the security operatives and to all that may be.
Okay. Now, one last question before we go. Tell me 5 things a young person, a youthful person, should look forward to doing as regards starting out in farming. 5 things that he must put into consideration before he steps into that field.
Okay. First of all, think big.
Okay.
But you must not start big.
Amazing.
That is the most interesting one.
Okay.
Be innovative, be creative, and be determined.
Amazing. So you have it. Think big. You must not start big, but think big. Be creative, be innovative, be determined. It's not a one-day thing. You know, you're stepping into a world where magic is going to happen eventually. And if there's something we know about agriculture, is the fact that you who farm, somehow God caters for you as well.
Certainly.
And that is the spirits that we have in the studio this morning. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Benjamin Teveyaga. It's been an interesting conversation this morning, and I'm envious already of the youths in Benue State due to the opportunity that you and your team have been able to provide them with this very interesting smart farming method. So thank you for coming on the show, and we look to having you come back sometime in the future to share with us the success stories of this very, very important and amazing farming method you're putting in place.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the collaboration. We'll continue to ensure that more young people are brought on board the conversations for agriculture and for food systems security.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. And there we have it, Benjamin Teveyaga, the Director of Programs Partnership Collaborations in the Office of the Governor of Benue State under this SDGs. And of course, we've been discussing youth in agriculture with special emphasis on smarter farming methods and smarter farming designs. Yes, it's time for us now to go on a short break. When we come back, there's still so much more on the program. Good morning, Abuja. Please stay with us.
Time for us to say our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host of the most, Omar with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo Olamipasi Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
It's another festive season of Christmas. Joy, love, and celebrations fill the air. Yes, your favorite program, Ladylike, will be celebrating Christmas with 250 episodes and still counting. Wow! Yes, Ladylike is 5 years this year. On this Christmas special, we'll be reminiscing on our first 3 episodes, most emotional episode, and lots more.
Have you done that before? Yes, only on Ladylike we bring you the best. And it's me, your host to the most, the sheriff in town, Oreruse.
But that's not all. We will also be having surprise visitors. Want to know who? Then don't miss out on the fun. Join in the celebration. Date, Tuesday 23rd December. Time, 7:30 p.m. Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. It's Christmas. Christmas is in the air. There's a lot of preparations ongoing. Are you ready? Are you going to be? How do you intend to spend your Christmas? You could share that with me by hitting, of course, our social media handles are scrolling on your screen. You could just tell us how you intend to spend your Christmas, and we would also like to know if you're traveling out of Abuja or you're going to be in Abuja for the celebrations. A lot is being planned for the Christmas celebration at the level of the FCTA, and when those informations are ready, we will share them with you. But this is Christmas Carol that we want you to see. So let's go on this musical break, and this time we're bringing to you some Christmas Carol.
First day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a doggy, my freezer, you. And the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 kegs of petrol, Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 billion naira. 4 kegs of petrol, Eerie bouncy babies, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 plates of jollof, 5 billion naira. 4 kegs of petrol, Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 pots of soups, 6 plates of jollof, 5 billion naira. 4 kegs of petrol, Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 pots of curry, 7 pots of soup, 6 plates of jollof, 5 billion naira. 4 kegs of petrol, Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 yards of fab, 8 bags of curry, 7 pots of soup, 6 plates of jollof, 5 million naira. 4 kegs of Eerie bouncy baby, 2 bones straight and a doggy, my freezer. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 golden gaily, 9 yards of fat, 8 pots of curry, 7 pots of soup, 6 plates of jollof, 5 million
Welcome back, and of course, the next segment on the show is called "What Can Children Do?" It's my most favorite segment of the program because the children get to display their talents, and that is what they are set to do this morning. So let's see how amazing they are.
My name is Olamposi Justina Oguntayo.
And my name is Itamani.
Welcome to What Can You Do?
Ah, that was truly amazing. Really, really beautiful to watch. And of course, from there now, we are going to the weather forecast for today, Tuesday, the 16th day of December in the year 2025. What is the weather outlook for today going to be like? That is what we'll be bringing you next. That we say, hey, we've come to the end of the program. I hope you had fun. I hope you were able to pick up on some very important things. And yes, agriculture is the way to go. So you're young, you're vibrant, deploy the technology that is available around you to step into the world of agriculture and make some cool money. Yes, money, legit cool money. You can make that in agriculture. And of course, it doesn't matter what age you are, you could always still be a farmer. Neither does farming select gender. Everybody can farm, male, female, young, old. We all can farm. It's all about deploying technology and, of course, making yourself available to delve into this business. My name is Shuaibu Mustafa Labaran. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5, the Unity Station. And of course, the program is Good Morning Abuja. On behalf of the entire production crew, we want to wish you a happy countdown to Christmas and to wish you a very productive day ahead. Bye-bye from our ends, and we look forward to celebrating Christmas together with you. Bye.